I'm the type of person that has what might be termed a terrible sense of humor. I just have a terrible sense of humor. I'm just a bad character. I'm just not a good person. And I know this. And let me tell you why that is. A lot of people generally, a lot of people, they have dreams, they have aspirations, they have goals, they have ambitions. They want this, they want that, they want money, they want fame, they want popularity, they want bitches, they want hoes, they want all of the nice things in life. They want to be loved, they want to be admired. Um, they want to go into heaven or whatever. Uh, but my aspirations, and my dreams, are slightly different. You see, people pray for a lot of things. Even they pray even unconsciously for things, to have a good day, to get through the day, to for this, for that, for health, whatever, for their families, for money, to win the lottery, whatever. An infinity of things that they want. But my needs are extremely limited. My desires are just so minuscule. You see, folks, what I pray for. I pray for complete and total disaster. I want catastrophes. I dream of earthquakes. I pray to volcanoes erupting. I just crave tsunamis. I just want asteroids to come and comets. I love crises. I just catastrophe. I like to flirt with disaster. Okay, I just destruction overall, disintegration, chaos, entropy, anarchy. It is the honey, the nectar that sustains me. I do not pray to gods. Never really cared about religion or the afterlife, or what happens after death. I'm so far gone now that I don't really aspire to anything, wealth or status, reputation. I don't care about any of that. But having lived for a number of years now, it seems to me that humanity is just a big failure overall. The things that we do here are just so grotesque. And not only that, but the things that we do to one another, to each other, is just the worst of the worst. What a comedy. It's hilarious to me. The type of atrocities that happen here, and the terrible things that happen on a daily basis, and people just keep on loving life and being their best selves and focusing on themselves, while all of this misery and injustice continues on. We destroy everything. We just shatter and break everything. We don't care about anything but other than ourselves. We're so selfish. In the movie The Matrix, they say it correctly. Every other animal finds a way to live with harmony in nature, except human beings. Human beings go to a location, they completely destroy and devastate that area of its resources, and then they move on to do the same thing over and over again. That is called a virus. Civilization, folks, isn't that amazing? Society in general, it's not that spectacular. I think people just hype it up for no reason whatsoever. Most people, they just go to their jobs 9 to 5, the rat race. They pay bill and taxes, and then they save up their chump change to buy a grave in the cemetery. This is basically life. Everything is a bit stale, a bit dull. Everything is it is a drag, a chore, and Let me tell you this. This is a bit of a confession. You see, when I was still a child, 12 years old, 13, I wasn't like everybody else my age, in the sense that, I kind of stopped hanging around, other people, going outside, playing with the ball, whatever. Wasn't really interested in video games anymore. You see, when I was still a kid, I should say that I spent my adolescence, my teenage years, I spent, kind of being fascinated with human history, especially with wars and the atrocities that come with wars. This is what I did as a kid. Other people were playing Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, watching My Little Pony. Not me. I was done with all of that. When I was just about a teenager, I was consuming documentary after documentary. The two world wars, every war, and every confrontation, and most of all, just the terrible stuff, all of the crimes that happened throughout history. I was fascinated by something like that because me being still a child, I just couldn't understand how all of this could happen, how all of this hate and all of this violence could just go unpunished, right? So this is how I spent the best years of my life, the prime of my youth. I was doing research, folks. I was doing research into the human condition, human nature. You have to stand in awe at humanity, human beings. And of course, there are exceptions to the rule, folks. I'm not condemning everybody. I certainly am not a wonderful, beautiful specimen. I'm not a good person. I know that I'm not a good person. But I understand that there are exceptions to the rule, that there are truly altruistic and helpful, beautiful people out there, and God bless them for it, because they are a rare breed indeed. But overall, humanity is just, human beings are just, there's something inherently wrong with human beings, folks. You can call it evil, you can call it malice, whatever it is. There is a poison in humanity that is so colossal that it just cannot be defined by words. There isn't a single word in any language that can come close to just the rotten evil that is within human beings. It's just impossible to comprehend the source of all of this dark, grotesque stuff that we are capable of. Most people, they just gossip everybody, badmouth everybody for no reason whatsoever. They just want to feel better about themselves by mocking somebody else. And I think that's sad. That is just pathetic and petty as hell. But this is what most people do. This is the best thing that people can do with their lives. This is the only thing that people are capable of, to badmouth somebody else and to brag about themselves. People flatter themselves, and therefore they deceive themselves, right? It's just, in life, there is a whole lot of pretending that goes on. Life is generally a script. Life is basically comprised of theatrics. We're all pretending. It's basically all a script, folks. All of this. And if you truly have a brain, you can clearly see that life has been designed specifically to keep people enslaved, to keep them docile, to keep them domesticated, to keep them, working. This is what life is for most people. And we get by how we can, but there is really nothing here. After a while, if you have the mind to discern the truth. You can clearly see that everything is a joke of the highest order possible. When it comes to people and society, there is really nothing to brag about. With exceptions, of course. We have had a couple of geniuses here and there, but overall, it's just nothing is worth it. It's all so tiring. After you grow up a bit and you mature a bit, you should reach the same conclusion that I have. Which is that pretty much everything is a drag, everything is a hoax, everything is a scam, nothing is true. There's only illusion and trickery here. Trickery, right? Charlatans everywhere. Nothing is true. And this world is a sort of, what you might call it, it is a siphon which drains you of your precious energy and time. This is what this world is. People are just resources, energy resources here. The only remedy or antidote to becoming just another NPC, just another normie drone, is to just stop caring, to divorce everything, to not be so attached, to not be so dependent upon this slave system. Okay, it's basically the only thing that you can do here is to stop caring, because once you care, the system has you. The system has you. This is the purpose of the system. Once you give away your interest and you immerse yourself in something that is of the system has wrapped its tentacles around you, and it will drain you of your precious resources. Everything, or almost everything, that people cherish and value, and everything they want to protect, and everything they just worship, is all a bunch of hooey, all a bunch of balderdash. It's all nonsense, of course. People have been bamboozled to believe in things that are impossible, but people have to believe in this nonsense, because otherwise they would go insane. So, my conclusion is, and I have to make this disclaimer first, because I know somebody will comment this, I am not depressed, I am not down, I am not a doomer. This is not cynicism, this is not pessimism, this is absolute truth, this is absolute fact, and this is based on pure logic, okay? Rational, critical thinking here, okay? My conclusion is that, pretty much mankind, folks, mankind in general is a disease. That's right. We, as a species, we do not belong here. I think you've noticed this. We do not belong in the natural order of things. Maybe when we were extremely primitive, maybe we had a chance. But afterwards, when we started developing, it was all downhill, right? My idea is that we are, for lack of a better term, we are an alien species. We come from someplace else, because we cannot stem from nature, from this nature, because we would find a way to cohabit in harmony with nature like every other creature here. But we cannot. We are chaotic. We are random. We have to impose our will upon everything else. And I would say that this is the one and only sin, the one and only flaw of the human species. Whereas everything else that is alive finds a way to dance in symmetry with nature, to flow with nature, in a certain type of dance, in a harmony, a balance, a equilibrium, right? We have to impose ourselves upon everything else. We have to dominate and domineer. And the worst of the worst, we have to shape reality according to our will and ego, our narcissistic ego. This is a serious illness, folks. And I think it is evil. And this is not some hippy-dippy, nature-loving, new age type of thinking. This is absolute fact, okay? And I think George Carlin said it best. The moment we as a species decided to intervene in nature, that was the precise moment when we were done for, when we doomed ourselves irreversibly. Because nature knows best. But can you imagine the arrogance of humanity to say, no, we know better than nature. We have to correct nature and we have to flatten everything. Get rid of the trees, build skyscrapers. What a great idea that was, huh? We ruin everything. Think about like nature in of itself, the calmness of it. Nature just is. Nature just lives at a slow pace. Nature has a cycle. Nature has its shit down. Nature knows what it has to do, right? And the human species, we don't like that. We don't like that calmness, that dignity of nature. We don't like that. So this is how civilization came to be. This is how cities came to be. It is something else that it is so apparent that we are different from everything and everybody else. And not in a good way, by the way. We are different in a grotesque and evil fashion. Not only do we impose ourselves on everything else, not only do we have to intervene and change what already is pretty perfect, if not nearly perfect, which is nature, how it should be, the world itself. But we have to, we have the audacity to think that we know what's best for every other animal. And we have to divert streams, and we have to build dams, and we have to do this, and all these roads, and all of these cars, and all of this racket, all of this noise, all of this pollution. And I'm like, for what though? Like, who are you, humanity, to have this audacity, to think so highly of yourself? Listen, this is just my personal philosophy, but I am very suspicious of somebody who has a high opinion of themselves. That is a red flag in my book. So we have enslaved pretty much every other creature here. We have commandeered every resource for our benefit. We almost have enslaved nature itself to our will because of our egos, and think about all of the species that we have helped go extinct. Who knows, thousands, tens of thousands of species that will never be here again because of us. Because we thought that was a great idea. Because we thought that our intentions were the best of the best, creme de la creme, right? So this is why I think that mankind is a disease. We do not belong here, folks. And most of all, even though we do not belong here, I also will add this. We do not, we have outstayed our welcome on this planet, folks. That's right. We have outstayed our welcome here as a species. The damage we have inflicted upon this world is just, it is just outstanding. Outstanding work we have done here. Wherever we come from, and whatever has, whatever force it was that allowed us to crawl out of the, primordial sludge to begin with, it was not with good intentions. We do not come from something that is wholesome. Okay? Our place of origin is not good. It's a bad seed. And anyone with a good head on their shoulders will come to the same realization as I have. And let me tell you, this is not me being a hater or just hating for the sake of being a hater, whatever. No, this is absolutely serious, based on absolute proof and evidence. So this is why, unlike most other people, folks, I do not wish for the best in general. I do not wish that we flourish. I do not wish that we thrive. I do not pray to gods. I do not care for luck or fortune. I don't care about destiny. I don't care about prosperity of the species, of the population. I don't care about my country. I'm not a patriot or a nationalist. I don't care about any of this. I'm detached from all of this. So, I don't wish for money or wealth. I don't really have a lot of needs in terms of material goods and services. Unlike most people, I pray for calamity. I wish for disasters. I want crises. I yearn for earthquakes. I crave volcanoes erupting. I want tsunamis. I want another great flood. Where's World War III? I'm waiting, folks. Today, Junior, today. Okay, I want meteor strikes on the hour, every hour. Okay, I want an apocalypse and Armageddon combined. It couldn't come soon enough. I love chaos and entropy. I live for the sake of the complete and total destruction of everything. Because I think that this is exactly what we deserve as a species. This is exactly what human beings deserve. This is what humanity deserves in the end. And this is what mankind will receive as its reward, as its just deserts. Okay? There is a reckoning. There will be a reckoning in the end for everything that humanity has done here. Okay? And I guess it is extinction. Okay? It is extinction. And I'm saying this while being overjoyed. This titillates me. This tickles me just right. I'm gleeful. There's nothing but merriment here for me, right? There's nothing here that is impressive or interesting. All of the wonderful things that we do down here, and people wonder why Jesus won't come again. Right? They're waiting for the second coming. Let me tell you, folks, when Jesus comes back here, he's gonna crucify everybody upside down. No cap on me. Okay? It's obvious. Especially the people, who are extremely faithful. In a sense, I'm a truly spiritual person because of this, right? Because I do not, I do not crave, I do not desire materialistic things. I do not have urges that need to be satisfied. I do not desire fulfillment or satisfaction or wealth in general. I don't even wish for tomorrow to be better for me in particular. Not at all. I'm actually not really concerned about myself that much. Not really, And I'm actually an optimist, folks. I'm actually upbeat most of the time. I'm actually pretty an uplifting and uplifted person. This is just so fun to me. The amount of spite and malice and hatred and sheer dumbness and rudeness that we are capable of, both individually and as a collective, it is just sheer insanity. Sheer insanity. And listen, I do not have expectations of anybody or anything. I have learned my lesson a long time ago when I still believed in things and I got hurt because of it. I do not have most of the expectations that most people have. Not in the least. I do not care in the least what happens here, what befalls us. Hopefully, everything will come crashing down upon our weary heads. It couldn't come sooner. And I will end this video with this. If there is an expectation that I have, if there is something that I truly, truly believe in, folks, it is that mankind is capable of, or I should say, mankind has this unlimited potential for cruelty and ruthlessness. This is what I believe in. This is what I expect from people. Human beings are capable of unlimitless malice and aggression and pure hatred. This is our potential, folks. This is what we truly excel at. We exceed every expectation when it comes to absolute mercilessness and just malice in general. Cruelty. We are divine in it. In cruelty, we are limitless in it. Our potential is sky high and beyond when it comes to just being the worst of the worst. This is what we do here. If you strip everything else that is, superficial, artificial. So in conclusion, I guess I'm a pretty fun guy. I'm an optimist. I'm upbeat. Nothing really bothers me. When the absolute disaster comes a knocking, and people will just lose their minds, panicking, I will go to bed with a smile on my face. If you enjoy this content, if you want to support your boy, I got a few books on Amazon. The link will be down below. If the link does not work, you can search my name, Griffith Samsara. Thanks for watching. See ya. And keep on dreaming that everything will improve dramatically tomorrow.